Does anyone even logic?
California, out of control. The governor, Jerry Brown, has declared the entire state a sanctuary state, meaning that local police will not cooperate with ICE and will release criminal illegal aliens back onto the streets. But the mayor of Los Alamitos, California, Troy Edgar, is saying no mas. The mayor says if the governor won't protect the citizens, I will. He joins me now. Along with the mayor of Hartford, Connecticut, Luke Bronin. Hartford is a sanctuary city, and Luke is exploring running for governor of Connecticut, which is basically a sanctuary state. All right, I'm going to start with Luke. I like Hartford. I went to school there, but you cannot believe it's safer to not cooperate with federal immigration officials.
Well, look, first of all, let's start with the fact that Donald Trump lies about what sanctuary cities are and what's happening in them. And he lies because playing to people's fears and prejudices.
How did he lie?
Dividing us against along race lines is how he got elected.
Well, how did he lie?
He lies because he creates this perception that there is some crime wave that's driven by undocumented immigrants, and it's just not true.
Well, sanctuary cities are a little more dangerous than non-sanctuary cities.
Actually,
according to a study in California.
Yeah, that's just not the case.
Well, I mean, I have the study right here.
Cities across the country,
I have the study right here.
I have seen crimes
University of Irvine.
Year after year. We're sitting in the largest sanctuary city in the country, which is at historic lows right now when it comes to crime.
Well, I mean, your city, Hartford, I mean, crime's going up there under your tutelage,
actually,
by the way.
Violent crime as a whole has been going down.
Murder and rape are up.
High murders that are consistent with trends for a long time. But I would love to have a conversation with you and with the president, if he's watching, about what would actually make cities and communities like mine safer.
Another thing that is difficult for me to understand. We've talked about your family having to hide their identity during the Holocaust in Czechoslovakia, and we've talked about the fact that you came here at 12 years old from Italy, speaking no English, and this country embraced you. You call yourself an immigrant, but you're in favor of the wall being built, being paid for by the American people, and keeping other immigrants out of the country, much like yourself.
Well, the way I see it, I want the American people to be taken care of first. I don't want the American people to take care of everybody else's problems.
But if they felt that way when your family was coming over here,
well,
you'd
I came
still
here
be in
legally,
Italy.
and we had to wait in line, and we had to struggle and save a lot of money. And so there's people like that waiting in line.
Yeah.
So they deserve their chance.
Yeah.
I think we need to legalize. I mean, this reform has to be reformed. Immigration has to be reformed.
So you are in support of immigration reform?
I think, listen, kids that were born in this country, as going back to the DACA situation, they need to be here. We're going to take care of them. Nobody's going to send them anywhere.
You say that, but it hasn't been settled.
But that's what I would push for.
Okay.
But at the same time, we need to protect our borders. So I think we need to build some sort of protection.
But Antonio, logically, people who are coming in, even legally or illegally, are flying in. They're not jumping over a wall.
Well, they're flying in.
It's a waste of money, isn't it? That's how I see it.
We are arresting at the border 1,000 people every single day. And there's probably a lot more coming in. So we can't allow that to happen. And they're bringing a lot of drugs or whatever. So we need to protect the American people. That's all I'm saying. And we need to build some sort of protection.
And you think this wall is going to do it?
Well, it's done it for Israel. Mexico's got a wall. Why can't we?
Well, it's a very big, expensive wall we're talking about. And it may not be cost effective, but that's another story.
Well, we spend $100 billion on immigration every year. The wall will cost probably less than $20 billion. So we would save a lot of money.
Okay.
I'm Kevin Phillips with Campus Reform. Today we're in Washington, D.C. at the March for Our Lives protest. We're talking to attendees about what they want to see. And when they talk about banning assault weapons, do they know what assault weapons are? Let's find out. What sort of policy changes would you like to see enacted?
I think there needs to be a complete ban on assault weapons.
We need laws in place that are going to prevent people from walking into schools with assault rifles. Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be a ban on these assault rifles.
So any banning of any guns, I would be supportive of. To give up some rights to have assault rifles, it's like a higher priority than people losing their lives.
Assault weapons are not necessary for home defense. They're not necessary for the average citizen to have.
What laws would you like to see? What kind of guns would you like to see banned?
Just assault rifles.
Who would support the ban of assault weapons moving forward? How many of you would support banning the sale of assault weapons moving forward? Okay, so 5 out of 5. For banning an assault weapon, do you know what an assault weapon is?
Yeah, it's assault weapon. It's like I kind of do, but kind of don't.
Okay.
Like.
It's just, well.
What is an assault weapon?
Can any of you tell me what an assault weapon is?
I guess. But assault weapons, does that sound safe to you?
Do you guys know what an assault weapon is?
Yeah, honestly, if you're asking me, any gun that isn't a pistol should be banned.
The same amount of people die by assault weapons as do car crashes in a given year.
As what?
Do car crashes. It's a similar number.
Okay. It's not actually, but.
Or isn't it similar?
No, it's not. So assault weapons count for about 3% of gun deaths, and car crashes are about the leading cause.
Okay, I thought that was. But a lot of people die by gun deaths.
Do you guys know what an assault weapon is, though?
I mean, a phrase that comes to mind is military style weapon.
What an assault weapon is? Yeah, it's an arm that, like a gun, for instance, that you can buy at a shop pretty easily. That is can cause more deaths than one, I guess.
I consider any. I'm not even against just assault weapons. I'm pretty much against most guns.
I think that the Second Amendment at this time is outdated. I think that the wording needs to be revisited.
I think it's something that was meant for a different time.
I think the Constitution in and of itself is something that's outdated. Times have changed, and I don't necessarily agree with the Second Amendment to be.
Come da porta picchita va bene, se tu la parla miezza americano, quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come da bene in capo di I love you, papà l'americano.